Shalom, friends. This is Mayim, your naturopathic herbalist and holistic life coach. And in this lesson, we are going to discuss the top vitamins and supplements as recommended by my teacher in orthomolecular nutrition or orthomolecular medicine, Andrew Saul, PhD. And he is the student of Nobel Prize winner Linus Pauling, who was one of the pioneers of the field of orthomolecular medicine, also known as mega dose vitamin therapy. A lot of times people don't know what I mean when I say orthomolecular nutrition or orthomolecular medicine, but when I say mega dose vitamin therapy, they're like, yes, I know what that is. So that's what we're going to talk about in this holistic health lesson. So we're going to talk about some nutritional aspects of three very common problems with the male prostate, which are infection, enlargement, and malignancy. Now, a bacterial infection of the prostate may be either acute or chronic, and these infections are referred to as prostatitis. This is the infection of the prostate. And if it's acute, it means that usually it comes on very suddenly, and the symptoms may be very severe, and also they don't last for very long. But it's more of an emergency situation often. The chronic condition is usually more slow developing, slow going, and the severity increases in time, and it lasts for a much longer time. Now, there are bacterial and non-bacterial prostatitis infections, and the non-bacterial type are actually more common, and that's based on information from the Merck manual. And saturation doses of vitamin C, Andrew Saul taught, Dr. Andrew Saul. He's not a medical doctor, he's a PhD, he's a scientist. And he taught that saturation doses of vitamin C are at least as effective as antibiotics in any of these conditions, at least as effective, but it's oftentimes much, much better than antibiotics that are given. So we know this through the work of a doctor by the name of Frederick R. Klenner. He's a medical doctor, and Robert Cathcart, also a medical doctor, and also other physicians who have used high dose vitamin C to cure infections for decades in their own practice, in their own clinical experience. They have found this. And even though vitamin C is, of course, non-specific, it doesn't target a specific area, certainly not specifically the prostate, but the same is true for pharmaceutical antibiotics as well. When you take an antibiotic, when they give you an antibiotic for your prostate, they're not giving you something that is especially designed for prostate. They're just giving you antibiotics in general. And so it doesn't matter that it's not specific, because vitamin C boosts your immune system and it helps your body fight infections no matter where they are. If, when I have an infection in my tooth, for example, I'll boost my vitamin C. When I have an infection, let's say in my ear or my throat, I will boost my vitamin C. It really doesn't matter because vitamin C will enhance your immune system. And vitamin C also has the advantage of being much more affordable, much less expensive, and much safer than pharmaceutical drugs and antibiotics, much less side effects. Also, much less side effects. For example, it won't destroy your gut health, your gut bacteria. And, depending on what drug you take, most pharmaceutical drugs, they will have a negative side effect that you probably weren't expecting. Whereas usually with holistic treatments, including vitamin C, you will have positive side effects that you were not expecting. This is the wonderful thing about holistic healing. Now, saturation of vitamin C is indicated by loose stool. And what that means is that you will know when you have hit your optimal vitamin C level when you have diarrhea. That's your signal, your body's natural signal. It's nothing to be afraid about. It's your body's natural signal that it has had enough vitamin C. And in my experience, it takes a lot of vitamin C to hit that level. I was doing, I think it was 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C per hour this one day when I was finding, I think it was probably a cold or flu or something like that. And I took it for several hours until I finally hit saturation. And this is liposomal vitamin C. So it's very safe in high doses, and your body will naturally tell you, when to stop, because you'll simply have diarrhea, and then you've hit the optimal dose. That's it. Diarrhea doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It's just your body saying, I've had enough. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me my fill. Thank you so much for giving me my dose. Okay, so also it's the need for vitamin C will diminish as the infection subsides as well. So if you're taking it for, let's say, several days in a row, because maybe you'll hit saturation one day and you feel maybe a little bit better, but not completely. And so you start taking it again the next day. Once you hit saturation, you should probably stop for the day. But the next day, if you still don't feel that well, you can saturate yourself with vitamin C again. And you will notice that each day that goes by, you will need less and less and less. Now, for me, I don't always have to hit saturation level. I usually start feeling better using just vitamin C before I hit that saturation level. So it's another wonderful thing about it is, you'll be able to tell when you're better, when you feel better. But a maintenance dose afterwards is also very healthy. I do take vitamin C in some form every day, whether it's a pill or through a superfood powder, which is all natural. Okay, now if there were a mineral that could be as important for the prostate as vitamin C, that would be the mineral zinc. Infection or other stress results in lower blood serum zinc levels in general and lower prostate levels in particular. So with prostatitis, zinc levels are only 1/10 of those in a normal prostate. Okay, that's something that is commonly found. For this, I can give you, if you email me, again, just email mime@aruka.com and the subject, prostate, and I'll give you the notes for this, the links. So a tested prostate remedy is eating pumpkin seeds. And actually, eating pumpkin seeds is recommended not only for prostate, but for other issues as well, especially in third world countries. I know people in third world countries who are medical doctors, and they recommend pumpkin seeds and these kinds of remedies, not because they don't believe in medical drugs since they are medical doctors, but because in their country, they oftentimes just can't afford drugs. And so they do turn to known holistic natural remedies such as eating pumpkin seeds. It's no surprise that pumpkin seeds are a good source of zinc. And also nutritional yeast. You can buy that at stores. It's a safe product, especially a lot safer than pharmaceutical drugs, you know. And Andrew Saul, he recommends a daily zinc supplement totaling to 50 to 100 milligrams. This is what's often recommended in natural healing literature. Also, since men lose zinc in every seminal emission, their need for that mineral is higher than a woman's. I take zinc on not a daily basis, but I do take it whenever I do have an infection. It's part of Dr. Zelenko's healing protocol. It includes vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and quercetin. So zinc is good for many different things. So there was some research done by Dr. Irving M. Bush and the Center for the Study of Prostatic Diseases in Chicago, and they employed 50 to 100 milligrams of zinc per day, same as I said earlier, for as long as 4 months to as little as only 2 weeks. So take it at least for that much and up to 4 months. And with that intake, there was very fast improvement in 70% of the cases. So that's pretty huge. It's not bad for one single mineral. It's a very good statistic. Now, Dr. Andrew Saw also recommends saw palmetto, and I've already spoken about this in a previous lesson. And I gave an herbal formula. I talked about saw palmetto, and I gave an herbal formula with saw palmetto. So I'm not going to go into it too much since I've already talked about it, but I wanted to say that Andrew Saul confirms, what my herbalist teacher and also neurosurgeon Dr. Ursula Blaylock recommends, which is saw palmetto for enlarged prostate. Now I gave you a formula before. If you only do just the single herb, you could take a teaspoon of the berries steeped in 1 cup of water once or twice daily if you don't want to do the whole formula. And again, the common medication prescribed for prostatitis is Proscar, and it is actually a fake, cheap, dangerous ripoff of saw palmetto berry. And the saw palmetto it's much more superior to Proscar. Okay, so we talked about vitamin C, we talked about zinc, and another thing that I wanted to mention is that he also recommends vitamin D, and this is something that another holistic medical doctor that I've studied a lot with and from, Dr. Mercola, is vitamin D. So vitamin D fights prostate cancer. It's good for overall immune health in general, just like vitamin C is. It helps fight infections in general. So it's always good. I always recommend everyone to make sure that their vitamin levels are optimized. And if you don't know your optimal dose yet, you can get a test from Mercola.com or from Amazon.com, vitamin D test. You can just search up for that. But also, just go outside every single day around noon and just kind of sunbathe a little bit. Not obviously not so much that you're gonna get sunburned, but enough until you could take a book out there with you and read a little bit, or take a walk, even better. So vitamin D is also very important. And then the fourth one that I wanted to talk about is vitamin E. Now, research published in the International Journal of Cancer has shown that high quality vitamin E kills prostate cancer stem cells. And of course, these are the cells that prostate cancer develops from. And they're also quickly becoming chemotherapy resistant. Yet, natural vitamin E, a natural vitamin E complex, contains the very thing that is needed to kill them. And mice that were given gamma tocotrienol orally, that's the type of vitamin E, they had an astonishing 75% decrease in tumor formation. And this is effective also against existing prostate tumors. So 75% is huge. Other things that he mentions is lycopene from tomatoes. Personally, I'm allergic I'm allergic to canned and bottled tomatoes, but not fresh tomatoes. I can eat fresh tomatoes just fine. And he also recommends soy. Now, I know soy is very controversial, but they do appear to have a special benefit against prostate cancer. I know that, there's talk of it having an effect on the fertility, especially of women. But Japanese men have especially low death rates from prostate cancer, even though they get the disease as often as American men do. And they eat a lot of tofu, tempeh, miso, soy milk, and other soy foods. So I don't necessarily recommend it for everyone, but even animals fed a lot of soybeans have far less prostate cancer than others. And there are at least 2 very specific substances in soybeans that seem to help fight cancer. That's genistein and isoflavonoids. Now, of course, the soy should be organic. Soy is a major GMO crop. So if you're taking it for healing, it should definitely be organic. And also, another thing is that the healthiest form of soy is when it's fermented. tempeh, and miso. So, for example, Dr. Mercola, he recommends against soy products in general, except for when it's in this fermented form. Also, annatto is another form that is very good. Okay, so that's it. This might be kind of a short lesson, but I just wanted to give you those 4 important vitamins and supplements. So the first one that's very important is vitamin C. Then there's zinc, and then also to optimize your vitamin D levels, and then also vitamin E, gamma tocotrienol vitamin E. Okay. So again, if you'd like the notes for this, and this is, I think, the 3rd video in this series already. The first one I just talked about prostate in general, and then the second one I went into a very important, powerful herbal formula, and I talked about some herbs for prostate. And in this one, it's about vitamins and supplements. So if you would like the full series and the notes, please email me at maya@aruka.com with the subject prostate. Thank you. Shalom. And if you are interested in becoming the healer of your home and your community and building a profitable online health coaching business, if you've ever wanted to study to become a nutritionist or a naturopath or an herbalist or a health coach, I strongly urge you to check out our virtual open house. You can find it at www.aruka.com and just scroll down or look for the menu and until you see, virtual open house or health coach certification program. That link will also get you there. And you can learn more about our program, and you can learn what medical professionals are learning right now. They're learning with me at aruka.com because they have realized that the medical system that they have been trained in is broken. And at aruka.com, we teach and we train our students from the top healers, from healers who are basically being banned on social media and scrubbed from Google. A lot of them, are healers that have already left this earth, but back in their day, they were also censored because of the big pharma cartel, because their holistic health and healing methods were so powerful and effective that they would have put, the big pharma cartel out of business had they been allowed to freely practice. But if you want to learn this kind of powerful and profound holistic health and healing, I urge you to visit our website at www.aruka.com, ARUKAH.com. Check out our virtual open house. Shalom. Would you like to become the healer of your home and your community and create a profitable online health coaching business? Are you interested in becoming a health coach, a naturopath, an herbalist, or a nutritionist? Do you need help finding the right program for studying holistic health and healing? Or perhaps you already have certification, but you're still not confident enough in healing people and don't know how to build a business that will empower you to have an impact and allow you to leave your regular day job. Are you ready to get a deep and comprehensive picture of holistic health and healing and learn from top healers in our day so that you can stop being stuck in a job or a career you don't have a passion for? Heal yourself and others without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with harmful side effects, doctors, or even dentists. Become more knowledgeable about holistic health and healing than most medical doctors who have graduated from medical school without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of time in expensive medical schools or programs. Build a health coaching business that will allow you to work from home and achieve time, location, and financial freedom. Aruka.com empowers people to become the healers of their home and their community by equipping them with naturopathic herbalism, health coaching, and online business and marketing skills. My name is Maim. I'm 42 years old and a homeschool mom of 7 beautiful children. These 2 in the photo are my October babies. I became a naturopathic herbalist and health coach in order to take charge of my family's health. when the modern medical system kept failing us. We were spending thousands of dollars on insurance and other medical expenses, but they did not have any answers for our health problems. Working from home has been such a blessing for us. I used to work at the NASA Ames Research Center as a computer scientist/engineer. But being able to have an online business has enabled me to surpass my income at NASA and to be there for my family, homeschool them, take care of them, watch them grow up every step of the way for 18 years now. I started Aruka.com in 2009 to help people become healthy and heal themselves. I've coached all sorts of people, and eventually even medical doctors and nurses started coming to me repeatedly for help for various health issues for themselves or their loved ones. I help people heal themselves of serious diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and high blood pressure, diabetes, as well as other common issues such as hormone imbalances, abnormal bleeding, migraines, eczema, kidney stones, gallstones, cataracts, and even urinary tract infection. Various people began asking me to start teaching what I know about holistic health and healing, including 2 medical doctors who have become very good friends of mine. When I realized that there was such a demand for the knowledge I have that even medical doctors were telling me to teach, I shifted the focus of Aruka.com, and now we teach people how to become confident healers through our naturopathic herbalist and health coach certification program. We help people become healers of their home and community and create profitable online health coaching businesses. If you're interested in becoming a holistic healer, please visit our website, aruka.com, ARUKAH.com. Again, that's ARUKAH.com. Hope to see you there.